Hello guys, let me stop this for a little bit. Alright guys, hello, I'm Waldo Solano. Hopefully we'll see if some people jump in. I see some of you guys start joining. Alright, but today is a musicality class. Alright, so my intention is not to teach you like choreography of kind of musicality like sometimes some instructor does. In the future, I will do that just in case that you guys wanna have fun, doing some moves that go with the music, right? But this time, what I wanna do is like, if I wanna teach you musicality, it's not gonna be a music class, but at least gonna give you the fundamentals so you can understand how the music works from the dancer perspective, right? So that way you can step better. That when you dance, that should show up. So first thing I want you to understand is that, let's say you're learning how to learn dance salsa or other styles, the instructor can forgive like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or if you count 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, that's just it's a system number, right? So let's say you can see this very closer. So this is a number system, right? Sorry, I had to do this back in really quick before the class. So, but this is what I want you to understand, right? So what we're looking for here, right? So understand that you follow a number system, right? Where you want to have 3 numbers, right? Right? Where normally you gonna dance. So let's say if you dance salsa, you will do your first 3 steps in the 1, 2, 3, right? And the count number 4, you're gonna hold it, so it's a pause, right? Alright? And then you 5, 6, 7, you dance again, alright? And then you pass an 8, alright? Why we do this? Numbers is like universal. It's universal language, right? Either for musicians, for people in general, all right? I don't know if you had the opportunity to listen like live music, all right? So you watch a live band, the way they do it, they go like in 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the whole band start playing, right? So what the person who how say, keep control of the timing, so that the ones in control is leading the band, is telling in the last count that he does before the start, is telling to the rest of the musicians at the band that that's the tempo they're gonna keep during the song, right? So meaning is like they maybe keep the different. You see musicians sometimes they are like tapping with the foot to keep up the timing, right? So that's because when they run the timing, they already know what timing by the leader of the band does when they say 1 and a 2. But then the last number they say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they continue like that. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's how they keep the timing all together, right? So so that's the important part to understand that this is just a number system that not only dancers use, even musicians use. The only difference is that for dancers we use most of the time 8 counts, right? Musicians use only half, 1 to 4, right? So they're not kind of different. They just make it simple so that way everybody do the same thing, right? Now, what's this important is that the important thing part is like, let's say if you're learning how to dance salsa, understand that it's not a single instrument that plays with this timing, right? Like exactly, right? So every instrument, they use this to keep it together so they understand everybody's going to kind of the same page when they're playing, right? But every instrument playing different, right? So the notes hit in different numbers. This doesn't mean that the instrument gonna hit in these numbers, because sometimes some of the notes, right, can hit in between the numbers as well, right? But the way I can I try to do this class is that understand it like one instrument at a time, right? So that way you understand music, right? That's what we call musicality class, right? So when a dancer dance, right? So let's say if I'm here, you hear some part of the song, right? you're gonna move based on maybe how the, the, the instrument that I choose, that's how I'm gonna move, right? Versus when it's numbers, I will go really symmetric. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will be the number system. But let's say if I choose the clave, I will move a little bit different, right? So for example, if I dance 3 to clave, right? So that means I'm gonna hear 3 counts in the first 4. I might do this. I will go pa, 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 right? Then in the clave, I'm gonna hear 2 sounds more. Then I might go faster. Pa, pa, 8, 1, and 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 4. So what I'm doing here, I follow the rhythm of the clave, one of the instruments of the salsa band. But what I did before, I was just going through the number, system number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right? So I want you to understand. Hello, Rina. How are you? Right? So welcome to the class. Right? So what I want you to understand is that that's the difference, right? When you dance with the counts, right, or with the system number versus, let's call it the clave system, right? So this is the clave system. So we want to have 2 claves, right? So I'm going to try to do this really quick so that way you don't get bored to death just because I try to teach. But I think this is super important for people if they are interested to dance musicality, right? So meaning that you're gonna dance with the music, right? What I try to do when I dance musicality, let's say if I choose to dance to the clave, is that my steps gonna hit in every single sound the clave produce. You know, you can choose different instruments. You can go with the cowbell, or you can go with the congas, or you can do the trumpets, or you can use the voice of the singer. I mean, it's different instruments that you can follow, right? Now, it's 2 different types of clave, right? We have one clave is called 3 to clave. That what it means is like, imagine that this is a paper where you write music. Imagine the first measure, right? I think they call measure like this little part when they had 4 counts, right? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you listen to the clave. Let me play it so you can hear it. Right? So this is how the clave sounds, right? Right? So that's the clave sound. So this is how it hits. So this can have a red. I mark these red arrows on top of the number so you can see exactly where the notes of the clave or the 3 to clave hits. It's pretty simple, right? So this is not like something secret. So this is a way that you can recognize which clave you hear it, because you have 2 type of claves. It's very simple. If in the first count you hear 3 sounds, and then you hear 2, that's 3 sounds in the first 4 counts. It has 2 in the next 4 counts. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right? So the first sounds in the clave, it will hit in the count number 1. Then it's gonna hit the second one between 2 and 3, and the third one in the count number 4. Then from there it goes into the count number 6, and then in the count number 7. Right? So you see, that's how the sounds that you hear right now are playing. That's the clave is 3 to clave. That's because you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have 1 and 2. So it's 3 sounds, 2 sounds. That's 3 to clave. Now the other clave is exactly the same thing. The only thing, you flip the sounds. Now in the first 4 counts, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 2 sounds. They will be in the count number 2 and the count number 3. And then the next 4 sounds, you have 3 in the count number 5 between 6 and 7 in the count number 8. So you call this one 2 because in the first 4 counts you have 2 sounds, and in the next 4 you have 3. This instrument is called clave. 2, 3 clave. Now for a side note, right, for salsa dancers, right, I want you to make you understand that, let's say you dance salsa, right? I would say more than 80% of all the music, all the salsa music is 2, 3 clave, no 3, 2 clave. All right. So even it's now it's many ways like these days people classify types of salsa dance. For example, if in my style, if I start stepping forward with the left foot in the count number 1, if I go here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, people call it dance on 1, right? Other people call it LA style salsa, right? It's different ways to classify. For the way they classify is that if I go strong with the left foot in the front here with my left foot in the count number 1, people call it on 1, right? But let's say if you dance in New York or Puerto Rico, right? They dance in something they call on 2. So what it says is that, let's say if I'm in New York, I will go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I go here in 1, then I go strong in the count number 2 in the front with the left foot, that's dance on 2, right? Or New York style, the way it's dance in New York, right? In another parts of the world, but we can say in New York, right? I think this system of numbers was created by Eddie Torres, right? Was more known about on 2 on New York because of him. He's been teaching this style for decades using this time. But now, the difference between, let's say, New York and Puerto Rico, they both dance on 2. Is like, for example, the male in New York, they start moving, going back, right? So we do this. We go 1, 2, 3, and 5. Sorry. So you go back with the right? So you go do it twice, right? So you go 1, then you hit in the count number 2, 3, right? Then you go 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Right? So that will be for the male version, right? Start moving back. I think for all the styles that people dance salsa, on 2 from New York is the only one where the male start moving back, forward. Right? Like for us in style 1 or LA style, we start going, males or leads start going forward first. Right? So go forward from. So you go here 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. But in New York, the guys or the leads, they start moving back, right? So they go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, right? So that's the difference. But now in Puerto Rico, they dance on 2, but what they do, they move forward like people on 1 do it. But the only difference is that they start stepping early. So they start stepping in the count number 8. So this will be 8, right? Then we hold 1. They don't use the 1. And then we go forward in the count number 2, 2, right? And then you will step in 3 here, right? And then we go back in 4, right? They will don't do step in 5, and then you go back 6, 7. Right? So you go 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. But I want you to notice that in Puerto Rico they do similar what we do in LA style. Is that when they go forward first, the only difference they start stepping in the count number 8, 8, 2. Right? Because this hit in the count number 2 is known in that style as on 2. For Puerto Rico, one of the original styles, if I'm not wrong, you can let me know in the comments below if I'm incorrect. But one of the original style Latin music that born in the United States in the 70s, where Funny All Star was strong, and in one place called the Palladium. right? Over there they used to do something called mambo Palladium style. If I'm not wrong, that's how males in that time they used to dance. They used to go going forward first, right? Not back like now they're doing in New York, right? Even Palladium was in New York, right? And you can research this. Palladium, if I'm not wrong, is the first Latin venue. It used to be whites only venue, but then somebody made an experiment. He tried to, open the door for Latinos and colored people. It blew up, right? So this is one of the golden era for Latin dance here in the United States. But in that time, they used to dance mambo, right? So let's call it mambo Palladium style, or one of the first styles that they born in that time. They used to do this. They used to go 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Right? Different than New York, the leads start moving back first. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. But in New York, they start stepping in the kind of number 1. 1, 2. Alright? Palladium style, they do this. They go 8, right? Then 2. They don't use the 1, so 8, 2, 3. Alright? So that will be 2 styles. I know it's although 2 styles that people use, and that's dancing 3 and dancing 4. Alright? I think people in Cuba, they tend to dance in that style, right? So I'm not Cuban, so I don't want to try to like, hello, Jacqueline Sellers. Oh no, Solano. She guys might want to call her Sellers. All right. Jacqueline Solano is here. All right, so sorry, she's in the back with the kids. All right. So think about this, right? So we have 4 main ways to dance salsa, right? Most of the time we classify the style based on which number you step in forward, right? On 1, you go forward with the left in the kind number 1. On 2 in New York, leads go back, so they go 1, 2, right? And 3, I don't dance the style, so I'm not gonna even try to show it to you, but just think about it when you hit here, right? It will be in the kind number 3, right? And when you hit here in the kind number 4, it's 2004, right? But it's many, at the same time, it's many ways to do this. So it's not one perfect way, just many ways. If you travel to all Latin America, you're gonna find out that every Latin country do this different, right? So we all have a different style to way to do that. At the same time, you can play the same music to all of us, all the Latinos, so you will check. We might look alike, but we do something different, right? Based in which country we are from. All right. So don't take too long in this. All right. So I'm gonna play different instruments, so that way you can extend the timing, and then you can decide what kind of timing you wanna dance. All right. But for now, the many instructors, just like me, we use it to teach people how to dance salsa. But this is not rhythm. This is just a system to teach people how to dance. Right? It's you can call it clave system or clave rhythm. Right? That is this one. So it's the same clave. But let's say if I trying to hear or I hear a song with the 3-2 clave is right, I will hear the songs like this. Good. So we 1 and 4, 6, 7, 1 and 4, 6, 7, 1 and 4, 6, 7. But now if the song is right different, it's right in 2-3 clave, it will sound like this. 2, 3, 5, and 8. 2, 3, 5, and 8. 2, 3, 5, and 8. Right? Now, out there, I see many ways to do this, right? So I'm gonna show you how personally I interpret the clave when I do my basic step. I'm not trying to tell you that this is the right way. This is just my way to kind of feel the rhythm of that instrument and how I do it when I dance, right? I know for a fact, I've been doing a little research for years about music to like be the best instructor and the best dancer as possible, right? Because I teach a lot of people, so I want to like give us the right information to them. But at the same time, you have to understand that in music, especially in Latin music, it's a mix of cultures, right? So that's always evolve, right? So it's always changing, right? Because the way we feel the world is completely different, right? Of course, it's a few rules, right? But in the end, I think just like language, right? It tends to change, right? So it has a influence. Sometimes we have influence, different influence for different cultures, right? Then when they mix, it changes, right? So just like when Latin dance born, right? You know, Spain, people from Europe, right, travel to Africa to slave a lot of people. They then bring it to America, right? So they, people from Europe, was teaching the African people their own culture. It was included in music, right? But at the same time, the Africans brought their own type of music, right? So normally the music of Africans, it wasn't like riot, right? So it's a little bit different, but Africans, they learn a little bit about the music from Europe, so that's why you have cans. But at the same time, you have the clave or percussion instrument that come from the African culture. So salsa is kind of like a mix from Europe influence to the African music, right? Mixed with the locals, indigents or the people here in America, right? So it's a mix of different countries. Now, and this time now that we are like in 2020, so still we have more mix that come to salsa music, right? Like for now we have a lot of influence in this country, United States, like pop music or you know, you have to understand many of the musicians either live in New York or parts of the United States, so they get influenced by the music. At the same time, like Latin music was influenced for Latin music culture here in the United States, right? Because you have to understand, a lot of times the musicians start traveling from Cuba, Puerto Rico to the United States. Let's say if a guy who had to have a band in Cuba, he moves to New York, right? But then when he get here, he didn't have, he wanna like keep connect with his own culture, that's the music, but he didn't have like many Latinos musicians to create a band, so she had to grab like American musicians, right? At the time, it was a lot of like musicians that wasn't like Latinos. They started joining it to create these bands. They was running maybe for a Latino guy, right? But the musicians, the majority used to be American guys, right? They used to play jazz, right? Most of the time. That's how the music salsa gets so rich because they used to bring some. The music used to create some specific number of instruments, and then they add the trumpets thanks to the influence of the United States, and so the music changed a little bit, right? So I want you to understand the music evolves all the time, right? And so that never gonna stop. It's even today, new people are now you can find like all the styles of salsa. It is different just because of that, right? So dance and music is evolving. So if the music is keep changing, dances they change again. So every new generation bring new stuff to the dance, so it changes a little bit, right? So I'm gonna do the basic step, follow the clave, right? So I hope you guys like it, so that way you understand how I kind of like do it, right? And then you guys can decide if you like it. I will invite you to do it that way. If not, go research, right? I know out there is, especially here, like if you go to YouTube, it's probably millions videos of how to dance to the clave, right? So I'm gonna show you different ways that I see out there the people doing it and teaching it, right? And then I'm gonna show you how I do it, right? And then you can pick that, or you can go research a little more, get more information about how to do it, and then you can decide how you wanna do it, right? So this is how I see it out there most of the time. They dance to the clave, right? So let's say we're gonna do 3 to clave. Right? So 3 to clave. Make sure you understand is this one. So this is 3 to clave. So I wanna try to hit the steps the way they do it, and then I'm gonna explain you what you do. Right? So technically, the way I see is that they hear the sounds of this, but at the same time they doing these steps. Right? So they connect in some of the parts where the clave hits. Right? So for example, if you check this, my steps will be 1, 2, 3, 8, 5, 6, 7, right? So they connect with the clave in the kind number 1. They don't do it here because the step in 2. If this one don't either go 2 and 3, right? If they step in 3, so they connect with this with step here. So the step here, they connect here, this is correct, right? But they don't do it here, they don't do it here. Right? If then they connect with these two, right? So we have 6 and 7, so this is the last two steps, right? Right? But they add an extra step here that is not here and here. Right? So this is how I see people doing, like dancing with this one when they hear the 3-2 clave, for example. So I'm gonna do this. Right. So this is how they do it. Right? 6, 7, 1. 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7. Right? So that's the basic step. But notice that I only connect doing that way. Right? Here in these two. So I don't quite my step hit this perfectly this kind. Right? So I go here. I go 1, 2, 3. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7. Right? So that would I see some people like teaching me doing that way. Now I want to show you. Now it's many ways because I see I've been researching this. I see many people doing different ways. This is not the only example that we have. But now I'm gonna, because I don't have much time to do this, I'm gonna go quick the way I do it. So this is the way I do it. Right? So I gonna make sure I step in the kind number 1. Then I step in between two here so I hit perfectly where the clave hits. But I'm gonna add 1 over here. Alright? So that way it will be in the kind number 8. So we step 6, 7, either way 8, right? 8, I find that it's it's like the prep, right? So a lot of times the musicians, let's say if they start playing like congas, those that you see over there, right? Then we start playing in the counts 8 and then you go to the 1, right? So when we start playing, you go 8 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Or will be like 4 and for the perspective of you come to a musician, right? So you go 4 and you then start playing, right? Also, that will be when you start playing the 4 and, right? So what I do when I dance clave, I hit these 5 sounds. Yeah, we add 1 to 8 to kind of prepare. And then I go strong in my 1 to make sure I hit the kind number 1. So I will do it like this way. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 1, and 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 3. 6, 7, 8, 1. Okay, now what's the number? 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. 6, 7, 1. Now clave. 6, 7, 1, and 4. 6, 7, and 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 1, and 4. 6, 7, 8, 1, and 4. 6, 7, 8, 1, and 4. Facing you. Numbers. 3. 6, 7, 1, clave, 3 to clave. 6, 7, 1 and 4. 6, 7, 8, 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 1 and 4. Alright, so you can see that? Alright. Alright, so now that would be if I dancing 3 to clave. But I want you to be aware about this. Alright, so let's say you're dancing in 1. It's really a small amount of music is written in this tempo. Alright? So I always suggest my students learn how to dance on 1 but using 2 to clave. Right? Because more than 80% of the music is written in this timing. Alright? Alright, now what we're gonna do, now I'm gonna show you kind of how people do it, how to dance the clave using tutti clave, but they actually use the number system. Right? So now we do the same thing, so you can see it the difference. Now it's tutti clave, so I'm gonna start moving in the first 2 fast move. So this is number 1, 2, 3. Right? So I just do 3 steps, number system. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And now in what number they connect? 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. Now, how I do it? Alright, see. 2, 3, and 5, and 8. 2, 3, and 5, and 8. 2, 3, 8, 5, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. 2, 3, and 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 5, and 8. Alright. Now, before everybody gets mad with me, because you guys like to do this, especially here on YouTube. If I dance a song that is 2, 3 clave, but I am on 1 dancer, right? And you hear the counts that I just did, I wasn't stepping forward in the count number 1, but you can if you wanted to. I show you how they do it to do that. Alright? I was stepping forward in the count number 2. Right? Now, I think the answers here, I think I would say it would be a preference, right? Because in the end, guys, we have the freedom in the end to do whatever we want, and that's what we do. Right? So this is how I do it, alright? I will invite people to choose between 2 options. It's many options out there, so just choose not these 2 options or whatever you decide to do after you research, alright? you get convinced exactly which the best ways to do this, right? I know many people is out there doing a specific way or different ways, so you pick which one you like. But I suggest my students always to do two different things to do this. So it doesn't feel so weird. Step in the count number two because we don't dance on two, we dance in one. You can step in the count number one. Just be aware that you dance to the clave, is no sounds in the one. If you dance 2, 3 clave, right? But I think something you can do is this. So let's say I want to dance 2, 3 clave. Right? So I will do this so you can see the difference. So I can, I will hit the clave, I will do 2, 3 clave. I will hit every single count except in the front that we change it. So I step forward in the count number one because I dance on one. With 5 and 8. 5 and 8. 2, 3. 5 and 8. 1, 2, 3. 5 and 8. 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 1, 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 2, 3. Alright? So guys, this is just literally an invitation, right, for all the salsa dancers out there, right, that if you truly wanna improve your musicality, learn how to dance to the clave. If you don't wanna use the system the way I do it, it's perfectly fine, alright? Because in the end, everybody do whatever they want. But I think something we should do, all of us, is to keep researching, so that way we can like do it all, right, the way we like to do it, right? But it's good to research, right, learn, right, so we can grow as a dancers if we research, so we can do this. So I think if you guys learn how to dance to the clave, read books, check a bunch of YouTube videos, right? Ask your mentors, if you have salsa instructors in town, go ask them, right? So that way you can do this, and then you will connect more to the music, right? Why? Because I'm afraid that because we use this system so much, right? I see the problem in the dance scene is that people, even they don't count anymore the dance to this when they dance, right? So I think the majority dance to this number. So a lot of times I see dancers, even in my own city, around the world, even I push them to like really listen to the music. People just don't listen to music, right? They just dance whatever time they have in their own head. If they focus too much and do cool combinations, it looks good when they're dancing, right? And they put a single term the music, where it should be the first priority of the dancer, right? Because the music is helping us to dance, right? It's what tells us what to do, right? But it's not the student's fault. I think it's the instructor's fault, because I mean, it's okay if this help us to teach, yeah? It's okay if this help us to teach, right? But at the same time, something I do in my own time is like, I push them a lot to the clave. Why? Because I see like, when I teach them how to do the clave rhythm, right? They don't have other choice to actually try to listen to the music, because the sounds of the clave is so low. Oh, sometimes it's not physically in the music, right? So they don't have other choice to actually listen to the music to do this, right? So it's just an invitation, right? I don't put me here in social media creating content, so you guys can like try to slap my butt for the stuff that I say that you might don't like or you are not agree with, right? This is just an invitation for us to get better here. This is something I do. I try to learn from many. I have many mentors in salsa dance and Latin dance in general. But I try to grow. All I do, especially right now that maybe you guys are stuck in home with the coronavirus. So this is an invitation for you guys to try to learn more about this. Like all of us become better dancers. I don't try to compete with anyone. So this is something I do personally. That I like just trying to grow about everything. So right now I'm here at home because I kind of stuck like many. So far we okay. We are not sick. Right? We're trying to stay in home, isolate, so to make sure we don't get anything. But I trying to use to keep working. Yeah, I think one of the things that we're trying to do here is like we're trying to entertain you. If you don't have nothing to do, if you want an option, there's something to do. Please, you can choose us. Right? We're really happy to provide as many value as possible. Right? So you can become a better dancer. Right? And well, thank you guys for this is the end of the class. My goal is like little by little, I'm gonna be teaching how to kind of dance every instrument so you can understand it. And then you can pick instrument when you dance. And then you can change your dance, right? So you can sometimes go with a number system like you always do. So you go 1, 2, 3, 5. But then you may change it, right? You can go here, 5, and go and then you change. You can change to the clave. You can change to the conga rhythm. We want to come back to that in another class, how to dance to that rhythm, or how you can understand that rhythm, so that way you change the way you dance. And other instruments, we have other instruments, so I'm gonna try to like kind of show you how I dance to each instrument, so that way you can decide what you wanna do with it. And I hope this helped you too. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and we'll see you next time.